Hey guys, so this is just a video on how to remove a full thick coat of rust in about 15 minutes or less. Now the trick to doing this is heating up vinegar to a boiling and putting the rusty objects into the boiling pot of hot water and just allow it to do its work. You have to make sure you cover it up just with your regular pot cover, just because when you heat vinegar up, acids will try to evaporate. See, it is 5% acidic by volume. So what that acid will do is try to evaporate. So you gotta stop that from happening, prevent that. So you just put a cap on it. And a lot of people, what they do is they just will put objects in like this, and they just put some objects. I've got some rusty nuts and bolts here. I'm just gonna or washers rather. I'm just gonna put them in here. So I've got something filled in there, and usually what people do is they just fill it up with vinegar and store it at room temperature. So that's fine. It'll take roughly 4 days to do the work that this can do in 15 minutes. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the cap on just to prevent the acids from evaporating. Now that that's on, I'll let that be, just so we can compare it to the results we get from the pot here in about 15 minutes. So right now it's roughly 8 o'clock. So I'm just going to take the rusty stuff here. I'm going to just put it into the pot there. Now the good thing about this is vinegar actually cleans metal fairly well. So really your pot won't be bad or damaged afterwards. You should be fine to use that there. Okay, so I poured the vinegar in there. Okay, put the cap on. Now it is important to leave the room because it's very strong. The scent that comes off of this when it's boiling, it'll make your eyes and your nose burn. It's not bad for you. It's just pretty potent stuff. So and this is just white vinegar, nothing toxic, nothing like that. So it won't hurt you. It's just it'll bother your nose and your eyes there. So I turned that on high, but I'm actually gonna put it on medium. This way it's not gonna fizz up and overflow and shoot steam everywhere. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to set a timer for 15 minutes exactly. So as you can see, that's counting down. So here we go, and I will come back in roughly 15 minutes. Okay guys, so we got about 24 seconds left on the clock. It's been boiling there. I don't know what it looks like in there. The scent is quite strong. It's kind of burning my eyes a bit. I'm not too worried. It's not that toxic. Well, it's not toxic at all, actually. Just kind of burning a bit. Kind of like how you cut when you cut onions. So I'll wait till that runs out. So I just stop that there. I'll turn that off. Take it off here. I'm just going to run cold water just so I can touch it. Bottom too, and I'll open this up and I'm sure it'll start steaming everywhere. Yep. Okay. Alright. So, final moment, so I'm just gonna go so I can touch it. And so you saw it was 15 minutes. Wow, look at the rust there. Look at that. And you know what the cool thing is? The remainder of the rust will just wash off. It will just wash right off. So like that. There you go. Just revolutionary. So there you go. Basically no rust. You may want to keep it in for a little bit longer just to get the stuff in the grooves there. But that should come right off if you just use a brush. It should come right out. Yeah, it does come out. Cool. So now, just so you guys see that, so you do see the rust in there. It just chipped right off. See what happened was the metal expanded. It allowed pockets for the vinegar to escape in. Then the acid in the vinegar, what it did is it detached the rust from the metal itself, giving you a clean finish, rust-free. That stuff there just failed to fall off. But even on this stuff, you can just pull this right off, just like that. Just wash off. You don't even need a scraper. It's good to have a scraper, but just get the kind of final stuff. But like I said, you keep it in for longer just to get more accurate. But that was just a quick 15 minutes, and the difference it made was just insane. I mean, you can feel the smoothness. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out the other mixer here. Over here. And I'm going to show you what keeping it in room temperature does. So, comparison there. Alright, so this is the stuff that was kept in room temperature. Really nothing happened. No difference whatsoever. It's still rusty. You'd have to keep it in there for about, I'd say, 2-3 days to get this kind of results that we got in 15 minutes. It's just crazy. I encourage everyone else to try this. Let me know how it worked out for you. Like I said, this was thick and rusty, so I'm surprised no one's posted a video of it yet. I scoured the internet, I couldn't find anyone doing this, so you know, just to put it out there, a great new technique you can do. Removes rust in 15 minutes, helps you avoid the cost of very expensive household chemicals that they charge that are even hazardous. This is about $2 for 4 liters, so it's quite a bit cheaper, and you know, it gets the job done and just so much quicker. I mean, it might work if you use the hazardous chemicals and if you boil it, but I really wouldn't recommend that because, you know, the fumes in the air. So yeah, so give it a try and let me know how it works out for you guys. There you go. This is Eugene there, and you know, let me know how it worked out for you. Hey guys, just to let you know there, before you do this, is make sure after when you're done is you just coat this the product after you got all the rust off with wax, WD-40, something that'll keep the moisture out to prevent it from rusting further, because if you just do this and then you let it get wet again, then the rust could come back. So just make sure that you know, prevent the rust from happening by, you know, oil-based paint or anything of the sorts. Thanks.